So last class we have discussed already how to use Catalan recorder. We installed it, and so let me show you that and how to use that. We can just try it out. So you can see here Catalan recorder. So browser, click on this, it will open. If you want to create, you can create a new suite. Under that test suite, you can create your own test cases. So I'm creating a new test suite. So just click on the test suite. So object repository, June 26, 2023. So I'm just giving very basic name. So this is my object identification. You can just click on first test case 1. Okay, so now it's empty, all right? It's empty. Under the suite, you have a test case. You can click on add a new row, and you can identify your object identification here. So what is this object identification? So everything in the web page are web objects or web elements, we call them. So each web object, whether Selenium is recognizing or not, we need to see how it will recognize. What is the mechanism it is going to use? It is going to use locators concept to locate the web page element or a web element or web objects. Both are same. Web elements or web objects are same. Any web element, if you want to identify in the web page, we need to use locators. So the locators are, so we will practice both Selenium IDE format, Webdriver format. So Webdriver format, how you will write object identification or web element identification. So that I'll tell you, but let's see. So we go to our blog. Here you have in the same topic. So web element theory and HTML concepts. So we have in the bottom side, you can see how can you identify web page elements in Selenium using locators. So what are the locators in Selenium? We have ID, name, class, link, CSS, XPath, DOM. So these are the locators in Selenium IDE. Side means Selenium IDE. Okay, don't confuse. What is side means? Selenium Integrated Development Environment. That's a side abbreviation. So WebDriver locators. All WebDriver locators are static methods in by class. So what is the WebDriver locators? Static methods in the by class. The class name is by, by. So this is the class. So by class, all these are static methods, which returns a by object, The return type of this, every method is a by class object. So now, how to call a one class static methods? In another place? How to call? One class static method in another place, how can you call?
Stat method means like in another class we use the class name as stat methods.
Excellent. Class name dot static method.
Okay.
Class name dot static method. That's how you will call. So now here, this class name dot static method you will pass as an argument to another method again. Please catch here. So Java is going very deep here. This locator you will use for another method in Selenium. So it's an argument for the WebDriver method. So we'll see that what are the WebDriver locators? ID, of ID value, name of name value. This is the method structure. Method name followed by parenthesis. So if you keep in double quotations, what is that the representation? String. So that means the parameter data type is a string type. So name, parenthesis, name value. Class name, parenthesis, class value. XPath, parenthesis, XPath value. CSS selector, parenthesis, CSS value. Tag name, parenthesis, tag value. Link text, parenthesis, link name. Partial link text, parenthesis, partial link name. These are the WebDriver locators. This is one of the famous interview question also. Even I'm giving interview questions on the same discussion only. So you make a note or you repeat the listening video one more time so we can get it. So what are the WebDriver locators? If anybody asks you, you need to tell ID, name, class name, XPath, CSS selector, tag name, link text, partial link text. So this is the camel case they are following, right? They are following camel case. The method names are method naming conventions I already told in Java. Everything from Java only. I told you, day 1 onwards, Java methods topic only will repeat. See, it is coming again. Methods topic. Okay, so first locator, ID locator. How can you use ID to identify a web page element? So let's go and see some of them. You take anything, okay? So you take any, so for example, this one, okay? Let's take this, our website. You can take any website, it doesn't matter. So right click, inspect any element you want to identify. First inspect on the element, inspect on this element. So I'll open this in our catalog recorder. Okay, no, not a problem. So here also fine. So input, tag, type attribute, name attribute, placeholder attribute, ID attribute. So this is what I was talking. ID, name, class are attributes in the HTML. Same is used in the Selenium as a locators. Repeating again. ID, name, class are attributes for the elements in the HTML. Same are used in Selenium as a locators. That means the ID value you're going to use as a locator to identify the web page element. Which element? First name, edit box you are identifying with this ID value. So just double click and put the cursor on the middle of that value. Double click, it will select. Then right click, copy it. Then open your catalog recorder, keep it side by side, and in the target place, just write ID equal to ID value. Just click on this finder icon, torch icon. Element not found. Why it is not found? The reason is this is the catalog recorder you installed on the where? Chrome browser. But you are checking which browser? Edge browser. So that's why it says I couldn't find it. So now it's see this. What is happening now? Element is found in top frame. It's highlighting. Can you observe that? Which element it is highlighting? First name edit box. That means this value belongs to this. In the HTML, this value is there for this element only, not for any other element. ID is unique queue always. ID is going to be unique queue for elements in the web page. There is no duplicates. There is no duplicates. Okay. Now, so let's see here. And we are going again. How to write in Selenium WebDriver? Same. This is the IDE format, right? Selenium IDE format, ID equal to ID value. But how can you write in Selenium WebDriver? So to identify in the web page, the web elements, so you need to write like this. First, so basically WebDriver is an interface. WebDriver is an interface. Driver equal to new Chrome driver class you create, Chrome driver or Firefox driver. So this is to launch the Chrome browser. Now the object reference is a driver. So this driver you have to use to identify the element. So what is that element? Any element. So I told you there is one method in the Selenium WebDriver, find element method, which identifies the first web element in the web page. Find element finds the element in this browser. Driver is a browser reference. Which browser reference? Which browser reference that? Chrome browser reference. Now this driver is a Chrome browser reference. So the driver means entire page. The driver represents the entire page. So entire page dot driver dot page dot. In the page you are identifying the element. That's why you have to call find element method. In the method you have to give locator. What is your locator? ID locator. ID locator is a, in the WebDriver, it is a static method. So which class? Py dot ID of ID value. What is the ID value? Sorry. So you just copy the ID value. What? That's the ID value. This is how we will write in Selenium WebDriver. But this find element method will return, it's a return type method. It returns the web element object. So web element. So what is the element name? First name edit box. See, return type method syntax. What is the return type method syntax? Non-static return type method syntax. Data type. So variable equal to object reference dot return type non-static method. So parameter. So P1 val. This is the syntax. So as per this, all given in our methods topic in Java. It's not Selenium. It's a Java, pure Java. I have given this formula there. Even in the interface time also I explained that. So I replicated same scenario there in the interface time also. So object reference here is a driver. Driver means what? Entire page. In the page you are finding the element by ID, this ID value. So Selenium will go and look for this element using this ID value, and that will return for you web element data type element, that is first name edit box. What is the first name edit box data type? Web element interface. So what is the first name edit box data type? Web element interface. What is the driver data type? What is the driver type?
Web element, sir.
Where are you, man? Driver data type I'm asking.
Object driver. Web driver, sir.
WebDriver interface. WebDriver interface. This is all covered in basics Java, boss. How many times you will listen? Data type, interface type, reference variable equal to new object, new class. So this is you are creating object for the class that is referred to driver type, that is WebDriver interface. This is a runtime polymorphism. I already told this. And here return type methods, how to call data type of this method, and then variable, and object reference dot return type non-static method. These are all non-static methods. Find element always returns what type of data? Web element type data. Find element always returns what type of data? Web element type data. So this is how we will write in the WebDriver format. So if you want to identify by ID. So any questions here in this line? Anybody having doubt? If you know Java only, you can understand. Again, I'm clearly telling again and again. Without Java, not possible at all. Basic functions. So please refer our 6 videos. Go and refer our 6 videos again. That's why I'm giving 2 days holidays for you guys. Okay, utilize them. Okay, so that's ID. What is the next one? What is the next locator? See here, I have given already with the syntaxes and diagram also I created. So ID equal to login. In the WebDriver, how you will write? So I have written the return type, driver dot find element by dot ID, ID value. So this is the example. So identifying an element by name locator. So first priority you have to give for ID. If ID is there, you have to use ID only. Why you need to use ID in the locators list top priority? ID is a unique queue. ID is not going to be a duplicate for the elements. There is no duplicate ID. Like employee ID or student ID, right? There is no duplicate IDs. That's why Selenium also will go and quickly identifies that. But name can be duplicate, right? Even you are seeing a person name also is a same name with a different people. So that's why, so name is a second priority you can give. First priority always give for ID. Even you can identify an element by name also. So you can identify a single element with the name equal to name value. Let's go and see that. So which element is having name? So I will take this. So click on the element, inspect. See, this is the one highlights. See, name locator is there. Just take that, double click, copy and open catalog recorder. So add a new row. So name equal to that name value. So click on this. See this. Okay. Highlighting. So how to write it with the name in the Selenium WebDriver? How to write? So web element, same formula. Last name, edit box equal to driver is the object reference, browser reference, find element. So by dot name, what is the name value? So this is the one. Sir, why you are writing like this? This is the method. Method has a 2 round brackets, right? Open and close. Again, by dot name. Name is a method. So method means again followed by round brackets. So these are all basics. So we learned very, very nicely in Java, right? Next, So what is the next locator? Well, how many locators we learn now? ID, name. So see that how to write it. This one. Next, by class. How can you identify an element by class? So even if, for example, your element doesn't have ID name, then you have to give priority for class. So let's go and see what is that element. See this? So which doesn't have a ID name here. Can you see ID name here? No, right?
No, sir.
So even this one, see this also has a class. So I'll take this one. Privacy policy link. Privacy policy link I'll take. So I'll open. So this is movable, okay? This is the movable. Wherever you want, you can keep it. Make sure your element is visible to this. And so then write class equal to class value. Then click on this. Which one it has to identify now? Privacy policy link. See, only that one it is identifying. So this is the then how to identify this class equal to class value. Then how to write in Selenium WebDriver? By class name locator. So this is the by ID locator. Now save, except class name. That's the one. Okay, so how many locators we completed? ID, name, class. But you are going to use only this format, not this one. This one you won't use at all. Just to check here, that's it. You're just confirming whether it is working or not, whether you're able to identify or not. That purpose only. Otherwise, you won't use Catalan recorder, all these things. So before writing this format, you will write it generally in this format. 100% you will use this format only in Selenium WebDriver. So that time first you will check there. So then you can write in this format. Okay. Next, I want to give the link text and partial link text. It's a very quick, we'll finish them. Okay. So any link, you take any link. Suppose delivery information I want to identify with the link text locator. How can I identify? Just link name you copy. Okay. Copy the link name. Open Catalan recorder. So just add a new row. Just add a link equal to this one. Just click on this. If you want, you can clear these logs. Clear? Okay. So I need to click on this torch icon. Okay. See this? It's identifying with the link. But how to write in Selenium WebDriver? By link text. By link text locator. The only locator will change. Link text and give the link name. So what is the link name? This is the link name. So there is one more you can use by partial link text. So what is partial link text will do? Sorry guys, you have to give here proper name. Agree checkbox, right? This is agree checkbox. And what is this? Delivery information link. Proper name you have to give. Link name you have to give. Delivery. So delivery info link. I can give this delivery. Make sure you give a proper name. Which, okay, this element belongs to which element? Edit box, link, checkbox, which one? And it's a link. I'm giving a link. So I don't need to give a complete. I'm going to use partial link text. Partial link text. Just I'll use delivery. Why? What is the difference between this one and this one? Can anyone guess it?
Second partial link we have given.
We can give partial details in partial link text.
Okay, I need to give a first one, or I can give even information also.
We can even give informations.
Yeah. So you can give any part. You can give only info, or you can give information, or you can give livery, anything, partial. Okay. So you can give anything. That's the difference. But what is the difference between link text and partial link text? Link text, you have to give exact link name. You are not allowed to omit
give
any
total names or link text means.
Yeah. You cannot
And
omit
partial
even spaces also.
Yes, sir.
With the partial link text, you can omit. Even words also you can omit. You can give only particular word. So that's the difference between link text, partial link text, main difference. Okay. Any questions, concerns before moving on to the next locator? Very important one, CSS. So what is CSS? If you are not asking, I'll keep moving. If you have doubts, you can ask me. I'll pause some time. I'll give 5 seconds. Okay. Okay, I'll consider no questions. Let's move on to the next locator, CSS locator. In Selenium WebDriver, we call that CSS selector. So in WebDriver, we'll call that CSS selector. So CSS is the another efficient locator after ID, equal to ID almost. It quickly identifies the web element. So CSS selector, why it quickly identifies, we'll discuss later. First, let's practice a few of them, and then we'll see that. Okay. So by ID, sir, ID you already use it directly. You can use. Why you want to use with the CSS? So some companies will prefer only CSS in out of all these locators. Some companies will use only XPath. Some companies will use only ID. That's why we need to know all the different possible ways to identify the element. That's what we are doing now here. So with the CSS, how many ways you can identify your elements? So one with ID. If there is ID, for example, you can write CSS like this. CSS equal to tag name hash ID value. So like this, CSS equal to input hash username. So for example, my element is having a ID. For example, take this. So password edit box, which has ID, right? How can you write in the CSS? What is the tag name here?
Input, sir. Input.
Input. So what is the formula saying? Tag name. So tag name plus you put a input. Write the hash, then ID value. What is the ID value? This one. Copy this.
Input password.
As per formula, you go out. So CSS equal to tag name is input, hash, ID value. Then click on, see that it's identifying perfectly. That's it. So this is the CSS equal to input hash ID value. Okay. So how to write this in Selenium WebDriver? So let's go. By CSS ID. What is the element? Password edit box, right? The element name perfectly how to write element exact name. Why you need to write element name properly? There are so many elements. Which element you are referring? So that's why give a proper name for that element. Basically, it's a variable. Driver.find element by CSS selector. What is the value? So you open this. So already this is done. Only this part left. Just copy paste there. Already CSS is written. And that value I'm writing here. So that's it. So this is how you will write in the Selenium WebDriver. So by ID, this is how you can identify any web element, same procedure. Formula is same. See this. Formula is same. See in the WebDriver how I written driver.find element by .css selector, tag name, hash, ID value. Okay, next. By class attribute. By class attribute, how can you write in CSS? CSS equal to tag name dot class value. Then what is the difference between ID and class? Here tag name dot class value, but here tag name hash ID value. So this hash ID value, when you can use only for ID, not for any other attributes. Only for ID, this hash ID value. When you can use a dot, only for a class attribute value. So tag name dot class value. So let's go and see now. So how can you identify that? I want to see there is no class here, right? There is no class here. There is no class here. No class here. Class is there, but problem. So let me show you the problem. The problem here is form control is common for all the elements. Then it will identify this one, but first tag we are using, right? Let's see. If you use a tag, so what will happen? You can see this. So form control, I'm going to use this. So which one? Country. Country drop down, I'm identifying. CSS equal to tag name, that is select a tag. So dot class value. See, it's identifying country drop down. I can use, sir, ID is there, name is there, why you're using class? It's up to you. So with the CSS, I am using class. Okay. Let me show you one more scenario. Here also class is there, right? Here also class is there. Then why it won't recognize? Let's see whether it is going to recognize or not. CSS equal to, what is that? Input tag, right? Input to dot class value. See whether it is recognizing or not. The continue button, right? I'm identifying a continue button.